Boredom, total mind-numbing boredom, is actually the biggest enemy on a submarine at sea. Of course, everybody on board has their duties, their routines that they follow, but at the end of the day, there's only so many things you can do before they start to get repetitive and before boredom starts to set in. The danger of boredom is, of course, that your attention slips. But even for me, as the commander of this boat, there's a limit to the things I can do. And sometimes all you can really accomplish is to lie down and rest for a bit. I can hear something. Oh, wait, I'm coming. Oh man, and I just fell asleep too. Okay, what do you have? Let me have a listen. This contact is very faint. I can barely hear it. Good job for noticing it this early. Yeah, that does sound like a freighter. And I guess it is coming our way. We will turn towards it. Bring us to 202 degrees.
Neuer Kurs 202.
The boat is turning directly towards the contact. This will allow us to determine which way we need to sail to intercept it. Hydrophone operator, make sure that you keep me updated on the contact's bearing. And just like that, the boredom that the crew has started to suffer under has been replaced by excitement. We are heading towards a contact. An unknown one as of yet. But we are hopeful that it will be an enemy ship that we can sink. We do need a success to lift the crew's spirit after the last failed attack. I hope that this time we won't have any dud torpedoes. After some time sailing on an intercept course, we bring the boat to periscope depth. It is time to take a look around us, check the conditions that we are in. Make sure that there's nothing but us and our target here. It is very important to check the skies. Enemy airplanes might be about, and when we surface, we don't want to surface right beneath one. But so far the skies seem clear and the horizon as well. No, but wait, what's that? There's a plume of smoke on the horizon, slowly peeling itself out of the haze. Is the shape of a ship. That is our target. This is what we are here for. Down periscope. Boat full speed ahead.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Volle Fahrt voraus.
Surface the boat.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Auftauchen. Auftauchen. Vorne um 10, hinten komm auf 5.
Erste Seewache sich klar machen.
Schiff gesichtet.
Indeed, there it is. Our prey is in sight. Let's hunt. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our awesome Silent Hunter 3 campaign. We are hunting a merchant that is just appearing out of the fog over there. You can see him right now. The weather today is pretty good. which actually is not a good thing for a sneaky attack as we want to conduct it. So we need to be a bit careful here. This guy could soon spot me, so I think I might be forced to dive pretty soon. I'm not yet sure how I will approach this target and how we will set up the attack. We might use the same method from the last episode, where we try to cross his course to determine which way he's going, and then we will set up a 90-degree shot. But one thing I can say for sure, that ship certainly is bigger than the last one. Let's just hope that this time our torpedoes actually detonate. Okay, we have spent some time on the surface. The boat is racing ahead, but I think we will indeed need to dive soon. This guy is coming closer pretty fast and we are full on broadside to him, so pretty easy to spot. Let's maybe turn away a bit.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 337.
That might help to reduce our profile. Turn the boat, come on. That's the thing that we are trying to do right now. Just reducing our profile. Where is the merchant? There he is. Okay. Maybe if I reduce my profile I can stay surfaced for a bit longer and get ahead of him. Into his path. That's where I want to be. Okay, we reduced our profile. Is it enough though? I don't know. There is something that you can do to minimize your exposure. When the sea is as calm as it is right now, you can dive the boat a bit deeper to about 7 meters.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neue Tiefe 7 Meter.
And what that will do is it will sink the boat so deep that the decks will be awash. The decks will be underwater. Only the conning tower will be sticking out of it. And the conning tower is... let me show you. A conning tower in itself is a very small object, especially when viewed from an angle like this. It's not easy to spot, especially not for maybe an untrained merchant crew. So by going decks awash you sacrifice a bit of mobility and quite a lot of speed for a bit of stealth. Still, on the bridge everything works as it should. Okay, come on, bring the boat down. We are going pretty fast, so that's making it a little bit difficult to keep her down. But yeah, the decks are mostly underwater now. Okay, where's the merchant? Over there. Still not sure what I'm looking at. I'm not even sure if it is an Englishman or not. We will have to determine that a bit later. But yeah, this is going well and we are now... oh well, let's dive a little bit deeper to really get the decks under the waves. If I was to go slower right now, the boat would immediately dip down. But there we go. It's going now. That should be good. Yeah. Awesome. So, once again, let me show you what I mean. Pretty much only the conning tower is sticking out of the water. Yes, at this speed we are throwing up a ridiculous plume of water. But that's fine. That won't be spotted as easily. Important thing is that our silhouette is greatly diminished. And this allows us to stay surface for that little bit longer until we can get into this path. We are still sailing at a good 12 knots and we are not even going flank. So we should be faster than that ship. Let me cut the video here, and I'll resume it once we are in a better position or once something happens. Welcome back. I have seriously gained on our target, it's over there, and as you can see I'm almost ahead of it. The masts and the funnel all is starting to overlap, so I will now dive the boat and we'll go to periscope depth.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
Auf Seerotiefe gehen.
Because we were already at Dex Awash, the diving will happen in no time. We are going down immediately.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1,0. Jawohl, Herr Kaloy. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Sailing along at Dex Awash is a great way to stay surfaced and recharge your batteries when you expect possible air contact. Because if airplanes should arrive, you can dive really fast because your ballast tanks are already filled to a degree. So now that we are down here, let's go to the observation periscope for now. The target is still so far away, he shouldn't be able to spot this. Where is he? There he is. Okay. The masts and everything, they are not overlapping yet. We have to wait a little bit. But that's fine, we'll be there in no time. But I can just tell that this is a larger ship. And that means plenty of tonnage to make up for the... well, for the not so great attack from last episode. But we'll see. For now, let me continue this. And we'll resume once I'm ahead of him. Oh hello, welcome back. So, I've switched periscopes, I'm now at the attack periscope. And we are once again looking at our target. The masts are almost overlapping on it. I don't know if YouTube's compression will allow you to see this clearly. Even for me it is difficult to tell right now, but we are almost there. You can just about see them. They'll be overlapping in maybe half a minute tops. You might ask yourself, why did I switch periscopes? Now, what is actually the difference between the attack and the observation periscope? The observation periscope can be accessed from the control room, and therefore it is a bit more convenient for the commander to use if he is in the control room, where he would spend most of the time during such an event, unless he moves into the conning tower, where the attack periscope is mounted. The difference between the periscopes itself, well, they are small but significant. The attack periscope has a much smaller periscope head that sticks out of the water. Oh, wait. I'll keep explaining this in just a moment. I think it's happening right now. We are looking at 236 possibly. Are we there? We are almost... yeah. Almost. They're almost overlapping. It will be pretty much, I think, when the ship passes through the crosshairs. Will it? Oh, this is... Let's see. Are we there yet? I guess we are almost there. It's really difficult to see, trust me. It is really difficult. But very soon we'll be directly ahead of it. I think now. 235. Yeah, it's now coming directly towards me. 235.5. Marker on position. There we go. Verify. Yeah. I think they will now start to move apart again. Or will they? Yeah. 235.5 was the bearing that we were looking at. Let's go to our crew. I need the weapons officer on station. Everybody on station, come on guys. Move it, move it, move it. Let's come to the map. Weapons officer, I need the attack disc here. Because the attack disc will now tell me precisely which way that ship is going. So that ship is sailing on a course of 350, what is that, 59 or 58? 59. 359 degrees. Okay. That means that from this mark that we drew, I need to draw out a line to 179 degrees. Which would be the exact opposite course, and therefore this line leads right to the position of the ship. That's 79, like this. To verify that we are doing everything correctly. Hydrophone, I don't have you manned. That's an oversight by me. Get that manned. Hydrophone, report nearest contact. Yeah, okay, he's still sweeping. I just set him down. So that will take a moment. Doesn't matter though. Our target is this way. Good. I did say that he's going on a course of 359. So...
Kontakt, Frachter, kommt näher auf 2, 3, 4, große Entfernung.
Thank you, thank you. 359, so he's going this way. And we'll do the same that we did in the previous video. A very easy, convenient and safe method at this point in the war. That will later change, of course, when such ships that are unescorted become increasingly rare, and when, if they are present, they start to simply zigzag all the time. Then you can forget about this method. For now, it still works. I'll distance myself from the ship's track. That's priority number 1 right now.
Volle Fahrt voraus.
Increase speed. Good. I want to distance myself from the ship's track about 1.5 kilometers, at least. That will allow me to take the speed measurements by plotting. You have seen that in the previous video. So I think I'll skip over most of this to not bore you to death. If you want to know how exactly this works, watch the previous video where I explain the whole process. For now, I think... oh, I need to lower the periscope. That I do need to do urgently, I forgot about that. Let's hope that he didn't see me right now. For now, I will simply continue on this course until I have increased my distance to his track. Then we'll start the plotting and the speed measurements and prepare the attack. Let me skip all that for you now, and I'll get you back into the action once we are closer to firing. Welcome back.
Frachter auf 140, kommt näher.
Yeah, thank you. Things are about to get serious here. I have plotted this ship's progress for quite some time, and it seems to be that he's generally going at a speed of about 7 knots, although there were variations in that speed. I'm not sure if I maybe made a small error here and there, and that's where the variations came from, or if that ship is actually varying its speed. But here he is, and it is indeed a British ship. We are free to attack it. Look at him. He's even armed, there's a gun in the back.
Frachter auf 139, kommt näher.
This will be our final measurement. There we go, down periscope. And mark our own position. Come on, there we go. Good. Now, I need to draw out the final line to 139 degrees. And that will give us the final measurement.
Auf 138, kommt näher.
139. That way.
Jawohl,
Initiate
Herr Kaloi.
turn.
Hart steuerbar.
And this, once again, we have a variation, but it is about more or less 7 knots. That seems to be
Frachter auf 132. Kommt näher.
the average speed that we will use to fire. Okay, with that in mind, turn the
Frachter
boat
auf 122.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi.
Kommt
Neuer
näher.
Kurs 89.
to 8-9. Hydrophone,
Frachter auf
Stop reporting for now.
112. Kommt näher.
let's set up our torpedo attack. Now, I want to take a quick look at the target. There he is. Let's estimate his draft. Should be 7 meters maybe, 6 to 7 meters, something like that. So I will set the torpedoes to 3 meters. We will be shooting torpedo tubes 1 and 3, I think. There we go. Set depth 3 meters, maybe just a bit over that. Impact pistols, both. Spread angle. Will I even fire spread or will I fire them separately? I might fire them separately, actually. Okay, both are set to 3 meters, that's good. I have the torpedo solution set to 90-degree port. Our boat is still turning. Speed is set to 7 knots, there we go. Distance to 1 kilometer, although it doesn't matter as much. That's fine. Good. Open tube 1, open tube 3. Torpedo 4, follow-up shot. Medium speed, impact pistol, depth 3.5. Same parameters. We are keeping that tube closed for now. Back to tube 1. Tube 1 and 3 are both electric torpedoes. Is the turn completed? Yeah, kind of. Almost. Don't worry, the boat will... Once the rudder is at 0, the boat will bounce back a few degrees. So in the end we should be pretty well aimed. Hydrophone, follow the sand contact, give me updates. I need to fire once the contact is at
Frachter
this
kommt
bearing.
näher auf 4-2.
Oh, we still have some time. Actually, we still have some time. Okay. Boat is still slowly turning back. This is good. Half a degree is a pretty acceptable margin of error. There he comes.
Frachter auf 4-1. Kommt näher.
There he comes indeed. I mean, we could try to take another speed measurement, estimate his length, and yeah, let's do that. Let's see if this is working out. There he is.
Frachter auf 4-0. Kommt näher.
I'm a bit too late. I will measure him once he passes through this bearing. Okay, did we set up everything? Double check. Always double check if you have the time to do it. And right now I do.
Frachter auf 3-9. Kommt näher.
AOB seems to be set up perfectly. Speed we have set to 7 knots. Distance, it will be more or less a kilometer, I think. It should be more or less a kilometer. So that too is pretty alright.
Frachter auf
Good.
3-8. Kommt näher.
We will be shooting torpedoes 1 and 3. Both tubes are opened. Torpedo 4 will be a follow-up shot if those torpedoes fail. Which I hope they don't. I really do. I don't want another dud. Everything else...
Frachter
Ist
auf
gut.
3-7. Kommt näher.
Okay, prepare to start the clock.
Frachter auf
And
3-6. Kommt näher.
start. Down periscope. Wait a little bit.
Frachter
can
auf
just about
3,
see him.
5. Kommt näher.
Our periscope should be well hidden in the water.
Frachter auf 3, 4. Kommt näher.
It should be well hidden indeed. Verify the nationality. It is indeed a British ship. It is an armed merchant. So he is absolutely fair game. Stop the clock.
Frachter
Now.
auf 3, 3. Kommt näher.
Turn the periscope back towards our firing angle. This took 47 seconds.
Frachter auf 3, 2. Kommt näher.
47 seconds, and I estimate that he is about
Frachter auf 3,
maybe
1. Kommt näher.
130 meters long. That would give me 5.5 plus
Frachter auf 3, 0. Kommt
on
näher.
speed 3 knots plus 2.1. That's actually about 7 knots, so that's perfectly okay.
Frachter auf 2, 9. Kommt näher.
Good. We are approaching him very nicely. So, you remember that I wanted to tell you about the
Frachter
differences
auf
of the
2A.
periscopes.
Entfernt sich.
Yeah. Hydrophone. Shut up for a moment. The differences between the periscopes. The attack periscope has a very small head, so it is very low profile and difficult to spot. The downside of the attack periscope and this very small head is that it didn't let in a lot of light. So in low light conditions it was actually really difficult to operate with this periscope. The observation periscope was much better for that. It has a much bigger head that can let in much more light, so in low light conditions it will improve your vision. In the game that's sadly not modeled as well. Also, the observation periscope can be tilted upwards much further than the attack periscope, and so you can use it to search for air targets before you surface. Okay, we are almost there. Almost ready to fire. Good. Everything's set up perfectly. This should work very well. Let's make sure that our periscope does not get spotted. Hydrophone operator, resume your reports. No sound contact, are you kidding me? It's right in front of us. Ah well. Okay, I'll put the first torpedo up just ahead of the bridge. Torpedo 1. Los! Torpedo 3. Los! Both torpedoes fired. Aim the periscope ahead. And let's get ready to observe this. Hydrophone. Can you report on this contact? Okay. Never mind then. Target is approaching. Tube 4. Follow-up shot. Will be at a distance of more or less 800 meters. Now let's use 850. There we go. Everything else stays the same. Now let's observe. Here comes the money shot. Come on, come on. First torpedo should impact now. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And here comes the second one. No idea what they had on board, but damn. That was a big boom. Wow. They are going down fast. That ship is sinking extremely fast. Follow-up shot is not required. and they're just gone. That thing is lost with all hands. That's a sobering thought, actually. Imagine that you're sailing along, thinking of nothing ill, hoping to arrive at your destination, to have a bit of free time, have a bit of relaxation, maybe looking forward to meeting somebody, and all of a sudden your ship explodes around you. You're most likely dead immediately, or if you aren't, then within a minute your ship is gone. You are left floating at sea, in the middle of nowhere, far away from any help. That's brutal. That is brutal. But yeah, that's war. That's war, and that are the realities of it. People die. But okay. We have done our job here. Down periscope. Do we see if there are survivors? Yeah, there's a danger to ourselves. But we are seamen, we have to try.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi. Volle Fahrt voraus.
Full speed ahead. Pick up sub speed, so that in case that we need to submerge immediately, we can do so.
Jawohl,
Surface the
Herr Kaloi.
boat.
Auftauchen. Vorne oben 10, hinten kommen auf 5.
Bring us up there. Come on. Faster.
Erste Seewache sich klar machen.
Boat is surfaced. Let's make sure that we have a qualified crew on the bridge. We do. Let's raise the antenna. Jesus Christ.
Jawohl, Herr
Bring us
Kaloi.
behind the ship.
Neuer Kurs 9-8.
I don't see any survivors. Everybody seems to have gone down with the front half of the ship. Damn. This is insane. This was a very unfortunate ship. But it does offer us a nice opportunity for a picture. You don't see this every day, do you? That is thumbnail material, but alright. Let's take care that we are getting out of here. Actually, we are already going east. That's exactly where I wanted to go, so that's fine. We'll continue that way into a bit deeper water, and I will soon submerge the boat to hide us during the daylight hours here, because airplanes might come over to investigate whatever happened here. That thing is going to stay afloat for a while, isn't it? Incredible. Absolutely incredible. No survivors at all. So, on that note, we are ending today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're looking forward to the next one. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, do so, because otherwise you might miss something like this, or other awesome things that we are about to do. And also, let me know in the comments what you think. Have some really great days, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, goodbye.